All right, welcome back to the 80 Star Basketball Channel, the only star basketball channel bringing you something a little different. Today, I have a different kind of video today. This is a part interview, and it's going to be also a part viewer slash collector slash actually big collector who sent in a video to me about him going over to Blaine at DGA, making a special Friday night trip on up and doing a 101 bag, and you actually get to see the manufacturing of it and putting it together. It's really cool, and I show that at the end of the video, so make sure to stick around through, while the Blaine interview and we talk to him. Blaine's going to bring up a few things that are new and that he's working on with bags, and I'm also going to be showing off some of the bags that have been done. So just really cool, a little bit different. But here you go. Here's me talking to Blaine, and then again, stay on for Don, just a great guy too. Don going on over to DGA to get his look at his collection and his 101 bag. All right, we got Blaine back from DGA, Dynamic Grading Authority. Wanted to do a follow up here again, just talking about some of the things that have been added and some of the heavy hitters on that have submitted over to DGA. And with Blaine, Blaine, great to have you back.
Thanks.
It's Yep. And I know you've been busy, and that's busy's a good thing,
Yeah.
as we were just kind of chatting a little bit before. And I wanted to talk about this. I'm going to share my screen. Um, the what you've kind of added to the site. You added this star bag link right here, and you added this. This is really great. So for people who want to submit bags, there's this link right here that you can go in and you can get some extra information on options and everything that you might have. Kind of a FAQs and information right here for star bags, because I know that's what you guys are interested in. So when you do come here to the dynamicgradingauthority.com, you can look at this link right here, click on it, and that's what's going to come up to give you that little bit of extra. And to take a look at some of the submissions. This was Dave's submission. Look at all these bags, and we got some 101s coming in here. So we've got two collectors that have done big submissions that I know of, that I actually have photos and videos, and I'm going to show Don's video here shortly when he traveled over to DGA. And but this is Dave's submission, and he got back and he did the same thing that I really like. I really like your color coding. Um, that
Thank you.
just works with star bags. It just really does. And I think that's what you're going to see is kind of popular. But obviously, we got the heavy hitter right here. We got Dave. Dave always has nice stuff, and Don does too. So it's not surprising that you have these grades as high as you do. And I do want to say I did obviously you have a couple bags from you, and I think those were graded very fair. There were problems with them, and you called out those problems. And that's what I want to see. I want to see where there's issues and things that they're getting called out. And this was Dave kind of showing off. He was showing off essentially, the site and kind of how you can look things up. So Dave was definitely impressed. And like I showed in my previous videos, is that when we talked to Taft, and Taft was impressed with the quality of just the few that you had right there. And once we're done talking, I'm going to show that video of Don traveling up and talking with you. But I just think that it was really cool that Dave was very happy with the submission. He said that your prices are very fair. And again, guys, this isn't an advertisement for me. I'm not getting paid or anything. I just think it's really good to see star bags being graded. And I've seen the product, and I actually think Blaine's a cool guy, but the product is very good, and it's very well priced. So, again, kind of my recommendation is, if you're hesitant, or, maybe just try one first, try one out, that, bag that you want to test it out and see what you get. And I think you'll be pleased with it. So that being said, I just wanted to show that off. And then Blaine, what have you been doing since anything to add? And what have you been doing since we started the videos?
Uh, A lot more work, that is for sure. We went from busy to absolutely, well, just a whole lot busier. Um, but definitely been getting a lot of communication from people from the Star community, which has been awesome. The threads I see, like Don and Dave post, have been, pretty well received, and guys are excited. I mean, there's guys that's been messaging me, literally just saying, "Hey, man, I want to introduce myself. Thank you for what your grading company is doing for our community. Like, there's lots of guys with Star bags. They're happy this is a service." And man, you know what? I mean, and honestly, that just it warms my heart. Star people, I've been having people message me from Australia, Canada, England, all over the country. And yeah, so Dave and Don sent in some massive stuff. Dave was super excited. Don super excited. There's multiple 83 sets, 84 sets, and 85 sets in the mail, like coming to us right now. There's people submitting daily, messaging daily, calling daily, emailing daily. All excited. It's awesome. So I want to go real quick though. So there's new stuff they're going to add. I gotta check with our web developer and see when they're going to go live. But since people, like when people are submitting cards, they might submit, you know, 10 cards or 50 cards or even a couple of hundred. But when it comes to these star bags, a lot of guys are wanting to do sets. There's a lot of people doing individual bags too, like 10 random bags or whatever. Well, we've already in like a couple weeks are probably going to have 5 or 6 sets in house. So I authorized the web developer to make a set registry. So then that way,
Oh, very cool.
yeah. So if
Very
any of these
cool.
guys are like, "Oh, I want my set to, be like one of the top 5 or whatever," like they can get excited about that because we're launching that. And then there's, I am taking the heated topic that you and I've talked about, and some other guys have approached me about the shop at home stuff.
Huh?
We are going to have a roundtable on that, and are going to consider that. And for reasons you and I have discussed about, if it's nothing more than just a label, what the items are, and so people don't confuse them with, other
Right.
bags from certain years. So we are taking a look at that. There is one thing, people have been asking me a lot about 5x7 bags. So those of you guys that are watching this, we
That was
don't
my
have
next question.
yeah, we don't have the capability to do that right now. However, I've been getting asked enough to where I got a quote from my slab manufacturer on like how much a mold would cost, and then therefore for me to know how much the slabs would cost. Um, I'm gonna make a decision probably by the end of September.
Star guys will have a lot of these big collectors. You'll find in Star a lot of set collectors, like you said, and you'll also find they have everything. They have,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
bags. The 5x7 bags are very, very popular.
yeah.
And if those cost a bit more, maybe they do, and I think a lot of people would understand that. So it just depends, obviously, the price range that it comes in, and
Yeah.
you obviously kind of make your decision there. But
It's just a lot more polycarbonate. So the mold costs more. You have to give, I already have a horn for one of my welders that will do that size. And we can do 5x7 individuals, but the slab is only like 55 point thick, so it can only go so thick. So for a bag, we'd have to definitely have another mold made. But yeah, so that's on my list. I'll make a decision on that by the end of the month. The set registry. I'm also going to come out with a cool promo specifically for the Star community. And then we want people to have a good experience and to just be knowledgeable. So we were already collecting data on all these bags coming in on certain, like the bags are going to be in various condition, but we're already noticing that certain cards, like certain team sets from certain years, had better cuts than others.
Mhm.
And so once we get a little more data in, I'm gonna I can tell you or whoever, and you can tell the Star community like, hey, if you're really looking for a great manufactured team from 1984, go look at the Utah Jazz set,
Uh-huh.
or I have noticed, and you will like this. I was waiting specifically for this video to tell you. I don't know if you noticed, but in Don or Dave's set, his highest grade of any of the cards, it's hard for you to tell because there's a light over the grades is the Sacramento Kings. The
Yes.
card that his Sacramento Kings bag got the highest grade of for the cards.
I think he
There was
got that bag for me.
there was Gem Mint.
I think he did too. That's
Gem
funny.
Mint.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then another guy who you probably know, he sent in a couple bags and he's like, hey, I'm also going to send in a King's bag that I got from Jessup. And I was like, all right, right on. And as I was looking at it, I was like, man, these are amazing too. So like there's a few different teams where
The
as we're seeing
quality's
more and
higher
more
in the
bags
bag.
come in, yeah, like so on the 288, is that the card number of Jordan's rookie of the year card in 84? How like the back blue
Yeah.
is notorious for chipping, right? So like there's been some where we've seen the chipping is common, and some where we've seen you hardly see any chipping at all. So we'll
Okay.
point stuff out like that. Would just be like a little fun thing to say. And anyway, we're super excited to be offering the service, and the star community has been amazing. I love it, and that just makes me want to offer more promos and offer like more services. So that's why I'm thinking about the 5x7 holder and some other stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'll show that.
Awesome. Yeah, no, no, no. That's good to hear, man. So it sounds like you're kind of gaining some information as you see volume roll in. You can start
Yeah.
to see patterns on things that
Mm-hmm.
you didn't. And of course, the Kings, everyone, that's the most desirable team bag. So it's great that
I thought you would enjoy that, man.
don't you see all the bruises and scars on me from being a Kings fan over the years?
Dude, Gem
Um,
Mint.
yeah, that's
That's an
awesome.
amazing grade for a star card,
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's
and that's taking into consideration the Theus and the back card, that their combination between both of them was a level of Gem Mint.
oh
I mean,
wow.
it was stunning to look at them.
Nice. That's super nice.
My graders were happy. QC was like, dude, you got to check this out. So I went in there and I was like, the King's bag? Really? Oh, it's great. I love it.
That made me happy.
Yeah.
That made me happy. Cool. All right. Yeah. No, the set registry and some promos, and then 5x7's coming in the future, perhaps. And obviously gonna check that, and then check it the shop at home. Those might be coming. I think that, yeah, getting that's a tough issue, and trying to get some clarity around that is, I think, a good thing. That's kind of my perception, that at least labeling so they can be, there's some verification around them. I think helps, because what is the status quo now isn't working, obviously. That's kind of the hard thing, is people can post junk out there, knowledgeable people, but you have to be really knowledgeable on shop at home. So I think, slabbing and at least getting them verified would at least be a great first step, if
Right.
anything. So, that's something to consider. So awesome. Well, I'm going to show this video next of Don trekking on over to your place and slabbing his 101.
Okay.
Cat's out of the bag of what that it is a
Yeah.
great video. So yeah, thanks for joining, and
Yeah.
yeah, really appreciate it. Keep the momentum going, and we'll get some bags coming your way, man.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
We're on the way to DGA to get our star bags graded. We're extremely excited of the opportunity that DGA opened up star bag grading. And Blaine, the CEO and owner of DGA, is meeting us tonight, Friday night, for a walkthrough service. So we're hoping for some real big grades on these special bags. time star bags. Been excited about for a long time. And we are super excited with the grades. Bag's an 8, overall 8. Been sitting in a locker for years. And the card is a mint 9. And as you can see, it's a fabulous card.
And so some people, if they don't know like how to do centering on star, they're gonna look at that, and there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna probably think the centering should be a 7.5. But if they look right here, we show like the measurements is between 40-60 to 44-56 left to right.
Awesome.
They just need to know like how to identify centering measurement.
There's a standard cut, and there's star was so unique that and Blaine's identified, like I said, with the actual measurements, which is spectacular. Gives all full disclosure if I was ever to sell these bags or anyone wanted to know, and you can make your own decisions on them.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the quality of the bag, we've identified that, the quality of the cards that are in the bag, and then you can see the pictures.
Crisp, corners are a 9, edges are a 9, surface 9.5.
Yeah, beautiful color. Yeah, for 40-year-old cards, beautiful color in the bag still. I know a lot of you guys have bags, but this is definitely the way to go, guys. Get these things done, and look how beautiful that looks. We have one more to show you.
Your crown jewel.
Our one that has been
9.9.
got a 9.9 is, in my opinion, one of the best bags that's still cards still in the bag. Blaine agreed, as did BGS when they did the raw review. This is a stellar bag, and all overall.
And there's not going to be too many issues identified since they both graded mint. I mean, the issues that were identified are on the report card, but yeah, you're obviously not going to see too many defects. I don't know what kind of music that is. It's not Pink Floyd.
But anyway, yeah. So guys, everyone who's been starting to grade bags and shipping them down here to Blaine, as this thing starts to ramp up, we did color match on the labels, which I think was a fabulous idea. As it matches the Bulls cards. There more of you guys will have things to show, but we wanted to show this trip down with some of these really, really, really high-end bags. And as suspected, they did do really well. So we're very pleased. So thank you, Blaine, for taking the time this weekend to do this on a weekend to show this, and then we get to show this to all you guys.